Hey, how's it going? Got a fancy new background here. Uh, I've been playing around with the Strava Summit, which is like the premium paid version of Strava. I just got a free trial, thought I'd check it out. Normally I use Training Peaks, but now everyone uses Strava to prove that they exercise. So I thought might as well check out, see what the analysis features are, and show you how to analyze an undulating run. So a run that goes over hills, and check the inputs and outputs and generally just see how it goes. So here's me going through a run I did this morning. So I'll just share my screen so you can see what I did. And I'll get a fancy little thing here. And all right, so we have a run, 20K run, hour and a half, reasonably aerobic effort for me, as you'll see. So when you've got the analysis pack, which is like $5 US a month, if you're just paying monthly, I haven't paid and I don't get any kickbacks. I just want to show you how to use it. So click on that, you'll see a graph that just shows, where you went fast and where you went slow. But then if we jump down into the splits section, and I think this might even be available on just your standard one, I know the Gap is, you'll see 1K splits for your entire run. Now, you don't even need to take these. Strava just calculates them once you upload it. So first off, you got your pace, and that's what most people are looking at. How fast did I run? And this is not the best way to look at your run when you're running in the hills or on the trails. So what you can do is then look at the gap, the grade adjusted pace. So this is what Strava does to try and say, if you were to run this run on the flat, this is about what you would do. So you can see here in kilometer 9, right, I was actually running, I ran a 5:16 kilometer. If I was going to do that on the flat, it would be a 4:33. Strava has suggested that because there was a 43-meter elevation gain. So I went uphill 43 meters across the kilometer 9. So that's just a way to have a look how consistent you are if you were to be running on the flat. So you can see for mine, it's all around 420s to 430s, whereas there's quite large variations if I was looking at that, what I was actually running. So that's an output measurement. That's sort of how fast you were going actually, or if you were to run just on the flat. Then there's heart rate, which I really rely on for my aerobic training, which shows how hard your body is working physiologically to produce that output on that pace. So you see here, I start off around 130 beats and just continuously increase until I hit my upper zone 2 around kilometer 14. And so I got above 150 and just sat around that 150 mark for the remainder of my run. And that is, for me, in general sort of base training mileage, heart rate, zone 2. So the other thing you can look at, if you do have a fancy Stride power meter, which I have, so no, I'm not running at 300 steps per minute. This is actually 300 watts from my Stride FootPod power meter. If you're running on the trails, this can be really good to see how consistent you are or what your effort output is. Obviously, if you're running tight twists and turns, your pace is going to drop. And even Strava, trying to figure out how high and low you're going, won't be able to take into account all the slowing down and speeding up. However, a Stride FootPod can do that by instantaneously calculating the work you're doing when your foot contacts the ground. So that shows here, I did a slight warm up around 300 watts and then got to 330 watts and just held it. So although my physiological work that I was doing, that the energy and biochemical processes my body was needing to produce, the output increased, the actual running pace or consistency of my run stayed the same. So that is just a few ways you can look at your run to see sort of what it's actually looking like. So first off would just be to use the gap. And that's going to show you really what your run is equivalent to if you're on the flat. So when you're thinking, I need to go hard up this hill because everyone's going to see my Strava uploads, try and educate people to have a look at your gap, and they would be probably a lot more impressed, especially if you live in a hilly area. So that's it. That's how to check out your hilly run on Strava, to analyze it. Until next time, cheers.